Hey, what's up? I'm Dom and welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to replace a power supply unit inside of a desktop computer. So I have here a desktop computer. This particular computer is my ESXi server. Unfortunately, the power supply unit gave up on it. It's a basic FSP group power supply unit. It's relatively old now. I think it's a 300 watt power supply unit if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's pretty old. I actually pieced this computer up from components I had lying around and some I bought on eBay. But anyway, I'll be replacing this power supply unit with a power supply unit I picked up off Scan for a pretty good price. It's a Cooler Master MWE 400. It's a bit of an upgrade to the FSP group. It's quite a reasonable power supply unit. Can't complain with the price I paid for it. If you are interested in checking out the unboxing video and my first impressions, head over to my main channel, Tech with Dom. I'll link it up here and down below for you to check out. Now, just a few side notes before you decide to make any changes to your computer. If you aren't confident in making any of these upgrades or changes, head over to your local computer repair store. I'm sure they'll be more than glad to help you out. Now, before even purchasing your power supply unit, make sure that it's correct for your needs. Make sure that it will supply enough power to your computer. Obviously, every single computer is different. If your computer is older or is pieced together from several different computers like mine is, I don't recommend spending a great deal of money on a power supply unit. Same goes if you have a lower end computer. The reason being is obviously you don't want to suppress the cost of the actual computer, and the second reason is if it's an older computer, it may fail tomorrow, it may fail in a few years time. At the end of the day, if you spend a great deal of money on it, the last thing you want to do is be upset that it dies a few days later, if you know what I mean. And I have had computers do that in the past. It's not great, but it's just one of those things. The last thing to bear in mind is the way that PSUs are cable managed inside of your case may be different. This case is a very simple, cheap case. I have done an unboxing video on this case before. I'll link it up here and down below if you wanted to have a look at it. It didn't cost me much. It was under £20 from what I remember. Anyway, as you can see, there's no form of cable management in here. Yeah, it's a very basic case, which is all I need for this particular build. But anyway, the upgrade is very simple in my case. First thing is first, what you have to do is make sure it's powered off completely. In my case, the power supply is completely dead, so it's powered off. And then start by taking out the obvious cables. So I've got here a power lead. Unfortunately, what I just realized is that I cable tied it with the case because of how poor the cable management is here. That's absolutely fine. Okay, I'm now gonna take out the 24 pin. And I'm gonna take out the hard drives and anything that might be in its way, which is quite a lot of things by the sounds of it. If you do have cable ties like I do, I highly recommend being careful, because the last thing you want to do is cut one of the cables, especially if you want to utilize your power supply unit in the future. Okay, so as you can see, that is all of the cables there. The next step is clear on your rubbish. The next step is to unscrew the power supply unit. Now I'm going to hold it just here. Some cases may have a bracket. This particular one doesn't. Some cases may have a bracket. I can't remember if this particular case does or not. I don't think it does. This particular case has a basic bracket. Yeah, this bad boy is unfortunately as good as dead. It looks like something may have leaked on it actually. So yeah, this is going to be recycled. No other word for it, it's just not working at all. So I'm now going to put the new power supply unit into here. Now with this particular power supply unit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave these cables like that for the time being, just to make the mounting a little bit easier. What you want to do with this particular case anyway, since there's no vents on top, is you want to face the fan downwards into the case, and then it's just as simple as doing this. Now that's just going to barely hold there because of the mount. So what I am going to do is I'm going to use the new screws that came with the power supply unit for this. Hopefully that won't fall. I don't really recommend leaving it like this if it's unsteady. This is relatively sturdy. I'm going to hold it up and I'm just going to screw it back in. Oop. Okay, so I've now screwed that in securely. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this power fit. One tech tip is, and I highly recommend doing this, if you have wires like this with it, keep them. They're good for cable management. So the next thing I'm going to do is straighten all of these out. I'm going to see what's what. So obviously that's a 24 pin. That's a CPU power. This particular motherboard only has 4. So I'm going to have to separate these. So that's your Molex. I do have a Molex. It's for the case. I'm not sure what it's for, to be fair. Most likely the light. But I'm going to do that at the end. Then you have, let's have a look. Yeah, let's connect this. So I've got a 2TB hard drive in here, which I believe is a Samsung, and I've got a 120 gig WD Green SSD. It even has PCIe, even has a PCIe pin in there. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put these, the ones that I'm not using for the time being, over the case. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully put the 24 pin connector in, making sure it's in properly, and then going to put the, wherever you want. Okay, and finally I'm going to put this in. So that's it connected. However, as you can see, it looks absolutely horrible. So what I am going to do is I'm going to utilize this. I'm going to start tidying it up. What I probably will do is sort of fold these on themselves. Not completely, by the way, just slightly. You don't want to fold these out as I'll break the wire. Just sort of leave that sort of ring on it. Because they won't be needed. This particular case doesn't have any form of cable management. It's for basic workstation or home computer tower. Absolutely no form of cable management. I'm gonna leave that like that. And then what I'm going to do is I am just going to put these two wires here together, as so, and I'm just going to twist. And Once that's twisted, twist the twisty thing around, see if it works. And there you have it. Right, so once all of that is connected up, you simply put the power switch on, and you press the power button. And there you have it, a fully working PC. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more great content. Do check out my main channel, Tech with Dom, where I review awesome tech. And check out my blog at www.techwithdom.com. Till next time.